Okay, gaslighters have two signature moves. Now, this is an article contained in Marketwatch, and it's about gaslighting, and of course, primarily talking about gaslighting in the workplace. But this contains a paragraph in it which has two very interesting features. One being a rather interesting statistic, and the other being one of the funniest things I've read, certainly in a business type publication ever. But this jump a little below that. It has a little definition of gaslighting here, and I can't show this and read it at the same time, can I? Well, yeah, I guess. It defines gaslighting as psychological manipulation of a person, usually over an extended period of time, that causes the victim to question the validity of their own thoughts, perception of reality, or memories, and typically leads to confusion, loss of confidence and self-esteem, uncertainty of one's emotional or mental stability, and a dependency upon the perpetrator. Wow. And of course, this comes from the movie Gaslight. And all the way through, the lady married the guy. The guy goes out to do some mysterious work off somewhere. She never gets to see where exactly that is. We do. And every time he goes out, after a little while, the lighting dims just a little bit, like somebody's turned on another gas light in the house. I guess every time you turn on another one, all the rest of them dim a little bit. And so, but everybody's, I didn't see anything dim. And then she's hearing all these weird noises upstairs in this, third floor of the house that's been sealed off. There's no getting in and out of there. Nobody's up there. There's nobody up there. You're not hearing anything. It's your imagination. You're hearing things. You're losing your mind and losing a lot of other things. You keep losing your brooch and your, this and your that, and forgetting that, oh yeah, we were gonna go out. Oh yeah, didn't I tell you? All these kinds of stuff. And to the point that she's just worrying so much. Am I losing my mind? Am I all messed up? I just don't know. She was being, as we now call it, gaslit by a husband. Well, not really a husband. Strictly speaking, he wouldn't have been, because he was already married to some other person, mentioned in the story, but doesn't actually never see the person. So in other words, it's like bigamy. He's not really married to her because he's already married to somebody else. There isn't even a divorce here. He has another person somewhere. Now, this is in England, but he's got some person in the continent that he's married to, and he doesn't talk about her. They go through the fiction of a marriage. He counts this guy as her husband, and he goes off and works and lives in this old house that, her aunt had been murdered. Okay, well, that's enough of that story. But the whole idea is the guy is just really torturing her in this subtle way. They seem all friendly and romantic and supportive and helpful. Sometimes he puts his foot down on something or other, and of course this is in the days when that was an accepted thing for husbands to just do randomly or whatever, and you just, oh, okay, well, that's that. And that was the end of it. But he's really put all the stuff that was in the house before had been just sitting there for 10 years as an unoccupied house full of all the same furniture and whatever that was there when the person was murdered. It's all been scooped up and moved to the attic, or this other, this third floor that's all sealed off, and where you don't have to see it anymore or think about it anymore. And it's just the two of them in the place, plus a cook and a maid. And there's enough room in the 2 floors that we see. Don't know if there's a basement. I'm not sure where the kitchen is, but okay. Be all that may. They don't need the 3rd floor, apparently. So she's hearing all this stuff, walking and steps and scratching and other noises from directly above her. The half-deaf cook doesn't hear anything. Well, she's half-deaf. And the maid has always been ordered by the guy to say, no, I don't hear anything, ma'am. Even while the noises are evident. And so it's being kind of mistreating. Now, let's get to the paragraph that I think is so interesting. Let's start with the interesting part. And I'll start with the first part. All right. Merriam-Webster named gaslighting the word of the year. Searches for the word on Merriam-Webster surged 1,740% in 2022 over the prior year, despite. Well, let's just start with a statistic first of all. Okay, that's huge. I mean, we've heard the word before, but now suddenly gaslighting is turning up everywhere. I mean, it just turns up everywhere. You just do a Google search on it, and you're gonna, just huge. Okay, and it all seems to have really spiked in the last year or two. So, but 1 year most especially. But I think you could trace its uprise to closer to 2 years. But it's one of those exponential things where the first, it's got a logarithmic curve where the first part may be kind of slow, but it follows an exponential curve, and then you get to that part where it really starts zooming way up. And that zooming way up part is in the last year, where, as I said, or as they said, that's 1,740% increase. That's huge. I mean, imagine if you could buy a stock that increased that much. Well, in 1 year. So, all right. Now, this was the part that cracks me up. Okay, here we are. Since the prior year, and then here's it. Despite there not being any event that the publisher, known for its dictionary, could point to as a cause of the spike. The word has become really, really fashionable. Why? I don't know. Could it have something to do with the obvious fact that we have a whole nation here, and indirectly the world, but principally the United States of America, who are most directly affected by this, of having been gaslit literally on the national scale? We're being told we didn't see stuff we saw. Oh, you saw this stuff being done. You poll watcher saw these things being done. Oh, you didn't really see that. All these people testifying under oath and with affidavits and so forth, all lined up and everything before state legislatures everywhere, testifying to the stuff they saw. Oh, you didn't see any of that. That doesn't exist. People upload this stuff and poof, disappears almost, immediately. Once it gets found, poof, it's gone. Before long, even a channel that puts this stuff on disappears. Poof, gone. What happened? It never existed. You're just imagining it. Maybe it's a Mandela effect. But no, there's never anything like that. Never any evidence of that. No, nothing like that. You all just imagined it, America. You didn't see what you just saw, what you think you saw. And we've been told this, for, as I say this now, it's December of 2022. We've been told this garbage for fully 2 years. It's been hammered away. All the big powers that be have done everything they can to make stuff just disappear down the memory hole in the most perfect Orwellian sense. And in short, we've been getting gaslit. All of us. To the point that some say, okay, I guess these gaslights are not really getting any dimmer. I just thought I saw, a booty tattoo. So, no, it's just, no, there's no noises up there. I don't hear any noises up there. I hear nothing. Yeah. Sergeant Schultz, yeah. I see nothing. Sergeant Schultz, from Hogan's Heroes, okay? That seems to be the mindset, if you want to call it a mindset. It's more like a damaged mindset. It's what happens when people are gaslit. And America has been gaslit for 2 years. And I don't know, why would gaslighting become such a term, huh? Yeah, I think that's enough.